Hello, folks, and this is Supercholatemilkshake back with another review. Of course, and it's been a while since I did the last one. Anyway, I woke up this morning and finally took a look at my calendar. I realized it was February, and I had a long list of things to do this month. 1 through 34. Ask a girl out on a date. Number 35. Get rejected. Forever alone. Probably while most of you happy couples live your happy lives with children, I'll just dig myself a hole and die in it. But there are positives to being single, though. All the beans you could want. Okay. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. All you couples, you gotta go to my group, join my group, and join the chat room online dating, okay? Otherwise, you're out of luck, because I'm just here to do a review on the movie Frankenweenie, which my sister actually rented, but as I watched it with my mom one night, it didn't turn out very good. So, by the title of the movie, you would think it's a hot dog with bolts in it and lightning around it to make the most ultimate creation ever. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. No, 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 no. It is not. It's about a boy and his dog. Yes, the dog is horribly drawn. So, yes, the boy falls in love with the dog. He apparently has nothing to do in his life but be up inside the attic, making films, doing stuff with his puppy, and then, yeah. So, yes, the beginning is supposed to be a mini movie, which actually is really bad. It was supposed to be in 3D, but only problem is, since the whole movie's in black and white, the 3D really stunk. And no, by 3D, I mean the original anal graft, the Red and Cayenne thing, you know, the Red and Cayenne. Don't you know it? You gotta remember the Red and Cayenne, please, please! Oh well. Yes, the basic Red and Cayenne ordeal. Now, the worst case scenario, the movie was horribly animated. Well, apparently, I've just figured something out, too. You know all those cool cars that are classic? Whoops. I guess that's a truck. Oh, well. They're Hot Wheel cars! Hot Wheel cars! From the freaking 80s! Hot Wheel cars! No, seriously. Hot Wheel cars. Why? 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 I mean, Tim Burton. I mean, seriously. The car inside the Nightmare Before Christmas was perfect. It did not even resemble a Hot Wheel car whatsoever. I mean, the graphics of the movie was so bad, the TV was practically throwing up on itself. Anywho, the beginning was so boring. After the first 20 minutes, I was willing to pull the gun out, shoot the TV, then shoot myself inside the head. But I didn't really do that because if I did, I wouldn't be doing this review. Now, would I? Anyway, so, the basic plot of the movie. The kid just missed his dog and wanted to raise him back up. Apparently, it was pointless. Very, very pointless. So, in a nutshell, the boy brings the dog back to life. Then, of course, well, actually, the dog gets hit by one of these Hot Wheel cars, though, first. Then the boy brings the dog back to life. And of course, there's a kid that has a hunched back, actually figures it out, goes and babbles to his friends, and then all of a sudden things start getting out of hand. Apparently, lightning never mutates anything. It never does. So, if you think you can strike things with lightning and bring them back to life, you're wrong. Lightning could kill ya. Could, but then of course, lightning has infinity amps, infinity watts, infinity voltage, and infinite ohms. So, we never really know when it's going to strike, how much voltage it's going to strike, and if it could bring someone back to life. But, anyhow, this does not disappoint me in any way, because I just didn't like it. Because, I mean, the movies like The Corpse Bride, The Nightmare Before Christmas, even the real life ones, like, Tim Burton's The Dark Shadows, or Beetlejuice. Yeah, Tim Burton directed that one too. Those two. Well, apparently they were really good. Why on earth did he have to go and make a kids movie? A kids movie! I tell ya, this is mutiny! Mutiny! M-U-T-T-E-Y! Mutiny! Well, since with that being said, I guess I would take my formal rank. I feel more like the Mad Doctor in the game Epic Mickey. It's like, Tim Burton, you shall not be forgotten. I'll tell your story of how it all went rotten. What happened to you, film director? How'd you meet this day? Why'd you turn your back on young adults? Why did them this way? And no, this is not going to be a musical! FYI, if you want it to be a musical, you got something else coming to you! Okay? Anyway, back to what I was saying. Of course, the dog did have a love, which was actually kind of weird because, well, yeah, that's too much information for you to understand. Anyway, so the poodle gets struck by lightning and then gets this weird streak up its neck, which is actually kind of weird too. They had to paraterize it to Frankenstein in some dumb way. But then, of course, I also realized it was paraterized to the beginning of Van Helsing, too. Hence, the fact that when the Igor betrays the kid, it almost felt like I was watching the beginning of Van Helsing when Dr. Frankenstein brought his creation to life. Then, of course, Dracula shows up. And then the Igor betrays him. And then, of course, there's this big, huge chase scene. Even though it's kept short, it goes up to the windmill, which actually there was also a windmill in this one too, and the dog got crushed. The dog got stuck in it. Went up to the windmill, but then, of course, all of a sudden gets... Well, how else can I put it? All of a sudden, the windmill catches on fire, and one of the villagers ignite it, and then, of course, the windmill falls down. And Frankenstein is no longer the scene until Hugh Jackman comes into the scene. Hugh Jackman was the one who played Van Helsing. FYI. Anyway. So, besides the fact that it was paraterized off of two movies, the ideas of mutants and lightning, ain't gonna work for me. Okay. And then, well, yeah, basically I know Tim Burton may have had his little screw-ups, but this was definitely the wrong type of ordeal to do. A kids movie! A kids movie, I tell ya! It's mutiny! Again! Boy, I don't know what to do anymore. I mean, Tim Burton has gone downhill with this. Not unless he comes up with a better movie that can actually impress us, and it's for young adults, which is technically his best audience. Well, I would probably give this movie a 9. Most Disney movies would end up inside the 7s, at least an 8. Hey, because I've never really met a Disney movie that was actually that bad to deserve a 9. But, however, it's certainly better than the Twilight series, that's for sure. The Twilight series where everybody's throwing up on each other. There's a girl dating a vampire, even though vampires don't really feel love. And then the vampire goes out and sparkles. Sparkles, I tell ya! Even though, honestly, they explode in the sun. So, they can't really go out to broad daylight. That's why they feast at night. People who read Twilight are idiots. And also the fact that Twilight is gay. Yes, even all professionals admit it. So, yeah, basically, it's better than Twilight, but a lot worse than other Disney films I've ever seen. It definitely needed a 9. And this was generous. Very generous. Oh yes, and should I tell you that the scale was 10 was worse? But then I think you might have read that on the screen. Never mind, never mind. So, yeah, basically that's it. See ya folks. This was my review, and probably I'll die forever alone. In a hole. Not unless you're a girl from Douglas, Wyoming by any chance, and happen to be single at the current moment. And you're not too complainy or anything, and you're in high school. I mean, I am that desperate. Definitely that desperate. Happy Couples Awareness Month, and happy Singles Awareness Month. Well, see ya!